Hi, it's Russell here from Amplify Automation. Today I'm going to show you something that could save your business 5 to 10 hours every single week. Just imagine this. You've got a customer on your website at 9 p.m. on a Saturday night. They've got questions about your services. But what happens? Usually nothing until Monday morning. By then, they've already called your competitor. But what if you had a smart assistant that could answer their questions instantly, collect the details, and book them in for a quote, all while you're at your kids' soccer game? That's exactly what I've built, and I'm going to show you how it works. Today you're getting two powerful workflows. First, a chatbot agent. This chatbot answers your questions using your business information, captures leads automatically and stores them in your CRM, works 24/7, and even when you're off the tools. The second workflow is a document sync system. It watches your Google Drive or OneDrive folder and it automatically updates your chatbot's knowledge. No manual updates needed ever. So here's why these workflows matter for your business. Every missed call or unanswered question costs you money. This system captures those opportunities while you're busy doing actual work. All right, let's say I'm a homeowner who needs an electrician. I land on your website and I see this chat widget. I ask it a question. So see what happens there? The bot responds instantly with your actual business information. It's not giving you generic answers. It's pulling from your documents, your pricing guides, your service area. Okay, now we'll ask it a follow-up question. Just paste that in. See that? It gave exact information from your details. It gave clear answer, not some vague contacts us for a quote rubbish. Okay, now here where it gets really good. So let me open up the chat again. Let's paste in a question that I have here. So I need someone to fix a power outlet this week. So this is where the agent shifts modes and understands sort of the user intent, which is to book an appointment, basically. So it's now coming back and asking me for my name and email address. So Russell. Okay, so give me the email address. So it'll go off and check the calendar that it's connected to for some available dates. Okay, so let's come back with some dates to choose from. So I think January 3rd looks pretty good to me. January 3rd at 9 a.m. please. Okay, we'll just check my calendar as well. I've come back into the calendar here. January 3rd, there's nothing, just so you keep me honest. Come back into here, or send that off. Great, you can see that it's giving me a confirmation here of the time. It's a Google Meet. Here's actual link and everything, so it's really good. You use a phone number there. Just double check on the calendar, and you can see there's the consultation to fix power outlet. So you can see there the bot recognizes this is a qualified lead. It's now asking the contact details and offering to book an appointment. Everything flows straight into your CRM, and the lead appears in your Airtable or any CRM that you've set up with a conversational text. So here's what you can see in CRM, which is this is just Airtable. So customer name was Russell. It's my email address I supplied, the date that I booked the appointment or call or spoke on a chat with the chatbot. And here's a sort of a brief summary of the conversation. And I wanted to fix the power outlet this week. So here you can follow up in minutes, not hours. This is the difference between winning and losing jobs. Let me break down why this is perfect for trades and home service businesses. Problem one, you're on the job all day, you can't answer the phone when you're up a ladder or under a house. Traditional answer would be a hire receptionist at $65K a year. Our answer is implement AI agent for a fraction of the cost. Problem two, customers shop around if they don't get answers quickly. They're calling the next Sparky on Google. Speed wins jobs. This bot responds in seconds every single time. The third problem, keeping info up to date is painful. Your prices change, your service area changes, your availability changes. Normally you need to update your website, your socials, your booking system. With this setup, you update one document in Google Drive or OneDrive, and the bot knows about it automatically. That's the magic of the second workflow I'm going to show you. So let's look under the hood. Right, so here's what's happening behind the scenes in NNN. So we have first what the chatbot does is see if this customer, if they've entered any details around their first name or primarily their email address, look up to see if there's any sort of history of that user before, and then inject that into the chat. So essentially, if the user called up 2 months ago and had their say hot water system fixed, then there'll be some history there that the chatbot can bring into the conversation. So you can see as part of the input to the AI agent is the user message, but also tries to pull this data out, which the data is from Airtable, which would be a summary of information from previous calls if it exists. So it adds it into the context. So the agent can respond with a custom message that has some historical data as well. So this is the system message for the agent. I'll share all these details in the links below, but basically it just defines the role of the agent, the different tasks that it will need to do, mostly around answering questions, but also booking appointments and saving details to CRM. So there's access to different tools, which I'll show you in a moment, around saving a memory, which is just interaction with a customer, to a vector store tool here. So when a message arrives, we do something called RAG. That stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. It's a fancy term for a simple idea. Before the AI answers, it searches through your business documents to find relevant information. All your documents are stored in a service called Pinecone. It's like a super smart filing cabinet. When someone asks about your pricing, the AI grabs your pricing guide. When they ask about your service area, it grabs that documentation. Then it crafts an answer using your information, not made up stuff. And one of the main goals of this agent is to collect user information for essentially leads to put into your CRM, and ideally book an appointment as well. But the user might be just looking for an answer to a question, which is fine as well. Just coming back to here, so you've got the AI agent there. We have obviously an OpenAI model to support the AI agent, and chat memory here. I have it set up to a context window of 10. You can reduce that or make that longer. It's just remembering the current conversation in the chat window. Here's where we save the CRM details, like the email address and the first name of the user. Here is the calendar tools. So one for getting the availability of a calendar and one for actually booking the meeting. So there's two separate tools. So you can see here, this one here is just looking for many events based on this time window from now to 2 weeks in the future. And then there's the booking node, which is basically essentially just creating an event based on the dates the AI agent supplied to the user and then the date that the user confirmed that they wanted to meet. So this is the Pinecone vector store. So this is where, as I was mentioning before about RAG, and where your documents are stored, they're broken into chunks so that the AI agent can easily search them and provide you the most relevant results. So in summary, your customers get an instant answer, get you a qualified lead without you having to. Okay, now let me show you the second workflow. This is what keeps your chatbot smart without you doing manual update. This node watches a specific folder in your Google Drive or OneDrive. It could be called Chatbot Knowledge Base or whatever you want. Anytime you add a new document or update an existing document, this workflow kicks off automatically. So just stepping through this workflow. So basically this document gets processed here in this download file, but it needs to be an event that triggers it to download. So you see in here, there's two different triggers here. This is for Google Drive. You could do it for OneDrive as well. But if there's a file created in a certain drive, so you can come into here, connected to my Google account, and it's watching a folder. So this is an electrical RAG demo, which is the one I'm using here. If you come into this is basically the document inside that folder. So if you see here, chat electrical RAG demo, and this is the document sitting in that folder. You can set this up to scan every minute, basically. So it's always polling, looking for changes. I've got it set up just once a day. You can change it to however you want to do that. And then also here, that's for new files, but this is for files updated. So files inside that drive, when they're updated, it'll also trigger a re-download of that file, which will insert into our Pinecone database. So if we come into here, so basically as a Pinecone index where the document lives, called a Brightspark FAQ. So if we come into Pinecone, it looks a little technical, but just want to give you a bit of an idea. This is Pinecone. So I have an index here of Brightspark FAQ. But what you can see is it's broken into what I was talking about, this concept of chunks, which makes it easier for the AI to be able to search the document. If you come into here, you can see like different parts of the document coming through here. Come into here, so you got some of the questions, what if I need to reschedule my appointment? And if you come into the document here, you can see this is part of the document here. What if I need to reschedule my appointment? And you can see it's also listed here as one of the chunks. AI could read a document. This is a lot more efficient for it to be broken up into these essentially chunks or blobs, basically, so that AI can search them better, more efficiently. And these documents can be Word documents, can be PDFs, text files. It doesn't have to be specific format. Usually these documents are just PDF files or text files or Word docs. And finally, just to round this workflow out, if it's a new document, it gets added to the index. If you're updating an existing document, the version gets replaced. So here's a practical example. Let's say you normally charge $95 for a call-out fee, but you're putting prices up to $100. So open up our document here, and you can see if we scroll around, where are we? Yeah, right here. So we charge $95 for a call-out fee. So why don't we ask that question of the bot now, just so you can see the before and after. So I'm just going to refresh this page. Restart the chat. Is your call-out fee? Right, so let's come back. So the call-out fee is $95, so that's correct. So coming into this workflow, just want to double check this. It's Google Drive file updated. Inside that, I've actually got it down to every minute. Usually I put it at a day, but as I said, you can modify that to your business needs. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come in and I'm going to change that, and we are going to make that now $100 for a call-out fee. Just make sure, yep, save to drive. Okay, so come back into here. So this will come every minute. We'll do is executions. So just waiting for an execution to happen here. This will auto refresh. It should be in about 1 minute. Okay, so that was pretty much just less than a minute, but workflow was executed. You can see the green arrows. Google Drive file was updated, triggered the download again, and then updating the document. Okay, so go back to the chatbot and ask the same question again. Okay, so there you have it. So it comes back with a $100 call-out fee as you just saw that I updated in the document. So it picks that change up automatically. So this means that your business information is always current. Your staff can update documents. You can update documents. The chatbot stays smart without becoming a tech. Let's talk about what this actually means for your business. Time savings. You're probably spending 5 to 10 hours a week answering the same questions. Do you service my area? What do you charge? Can you come this week? Now this bot handles all that for you. You can get those hours back for actual paid work. It can also lead to increased revenue. So how many leads slip through because you're busy? If you're missing even just 2 jobs a week at $500, that's $52,000 a year. The system captures those opportunities. It helps also with improving your professional image. Instant responses make you look bigger and more professional than you are. Customers don't know it's a bot, they just know they got quick, helpful answers. Limit rising staff costs. A full-time receptionist costs $65K a year. This system costs a fraction of that and works 24/7, no sick days, no holidays. And it's easy to update. No more paying developers to update your website every time something changes. Update your Google Doc and you're done. Also, this scales. As you grow, the system grows with you. More inquiries? No worries. It handles them all without breaking a sweat. Now you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but I'm not a tech person. And fair enough. But you do have options. So the first option is do it yourself with guidance. I've got templates for both these workflows, and I'll share in the description below. If you're keen to learn end-to-end and set this up yourself, I can guide you in the right direction. Option 2, a done-for-you setup. Book a free 30-minute discovery call with me. We'll look at your business, figure out exactly what information your chatbot needs, and I'll build the whole system for you. A week to get everything up and running. Option 3 is a hybrid approach. I set up the foundation and teach you how to manage and update it yourself. Best of both worlds. What do you need? Well, you need a website where we can add the chat widget, your business documents in a digital format, PDFs, Word docs, whatever you got. Google Drive or OneDrive account. Ideally, a CRM. I've used Airtable, but we could integrate with other CRMs that you use. This setup takes a few hours, but the value lasts for years. Look, I get it. You're busy running a business. You don't have time to become an AI expert. That's why I built Amplify Automation, to help small businesses like yours adopt this technology without the tech overwhelm. If you're spending hours every week answering the same questions, missing leads, or you just want to work smarter instead of harder, let's have a chat. Head to my website to book a free 30-minute discovery call. No sales pitch, no pressure, just a conversation about whether this makes sense for your business. The link to my website is in the description below, along with the links to the N8N templates if you want to explore it on your own. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give me a like and a subscribe for more practical automation content for trades and home services. I'll see you on the next one.